I got a guest today, and I'm so excited to have this guy again. I love talking to him. He's one of my favorite people to collaborate with. You probably know who he is. He is the host of the Humanist Report, one of my favorite progressive talk shows on all of YouTube. Please welcome to the show, Mike Figueredo. Mike, how's it going, buddy?
Hey, I'm doing well. It's really great to be back. You are one of my favorites as well, so thank you so much for all of the kind words.
Thanks, man.
It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, man. And so we were talking a little bit off mic, and we got to share some of the stuff we were talking about. So we're both big animal lovers. And you have cats and dogs. I just have a cat, but yeah, how has everything been for the furry loved ones? That was a weird way to put it, huh? That almost sounds like we both have a weird hobby, but I'm talking about it.
Maybe I don't. No. I'm too like much of a normie to be that like I don't know out there. No, the fur babies are doing good though. We just added another member to the family. Got a puppy, and like
cool.
6 months ago, if you told me that I'd have a puppy, I would have said you're absolutely out of your mind. But this kind of like popped up. My mother-in-law, she has a coworker whose daughter was having puppies, and she told us about it, and I'm like, oh, I'm sure that they're adorable, but we're good. We've got a dog and a cat. We're good. We have a puppy now.
So what's the puppy's name?
His name is Zoya. And
Zoya.
Fun fact, that's actually a Russian name. So you can have all the conspiracy theories you want.
Nice. So the Kremlin gave you a puppy.
Yeah. And you want to know what's funny? And I don't know if I've shared this before. My dog's name is Vladimir. Literally, I named him this before all of the Russiagate hysteria. I may have rethought that. But fun story is we got him when I was really interested in Russian politics in 2013. I wrote a paper about sexism in Russia and specifically about how Vladimir Putin ran like a campaign that was really explicitly and overtly sexist. And I was really interested in all of the homophobia going on there. So I thought it would be funny to be like, hey, I'm naming my dog Vladimir because one, I think the name is cute for like a little pug. And two, because it was like it was kind of interesting to me, like Russian politics, but it wasn't just Russian politics. I was studying, UK politics. I was a comparative political scientist student.
Sure you were studying all of them. I wrote a paper on Russian nihilism when I was in college. So
did you really?
Neither one of us can hide anymore, Mike. Our secret's out.
Yeah.
Our secret's out.
That's the connection. That's the smoking gun. I have a dog named Vladimir and now one named Zoya. So, I mean, make of it what you will, folks. I'm a Russian tool. It's official.
The Twitter agents reached out to you directly. They were like, it is time for Vladimir to have sibling. Sibling will be delivered at $200.
You've done your job. I don't have a good Russian accent, but...
Well, how's your cat handling the quarantine? Is your cat like totally stoked that you and your husband are home all the time now? I mean, I know you have your job is very home oriented because you do the show and stuff, but is your cat pretty stoked for everything? Or
she was really excited until we introduced the puppy into her life, and now she's kind of like, why do this? We had a great thing going. But she's curious. She's just a little bit of a fraidy cat. So we're having to do that in steps. Although I will say, we had a conversation about our cat's philosophies, and my cat did before we got the puppy. She reread Marx, and she won't shut up about it. That's all she talks about. Marx this, Marx that. It's like, we get it. You're a socialist, okay? Flirting with communism. So that's kind of been occupying her. But I mean, she's been doing really good. She hasn't talked to Lucy in a while. We haven't been, Skyping back and forth. But,
we gotta change that.
Yes, we do. How is Lucy doing?
So Lucy is loving this a bunch. I think she's the happiest she's ever been. She does have those moments where she's like, you guys can leave for a while now, right? Like I can have my place back. You guys are back already? Okay. But then if we're gone for too long, like if we go like shopping and then maybe we go to a farmer's market or something, she will get stressed out sometimes, almost like a dog does, where it's like, where are they? Why aren't they coming back? Which she never did before. But I think she's so used to us being around all the time that she's sort of, it's her normal now, and she has she's lost weight
Oh,
because she is getting so much playtime. Like she's not, I mean, she's eating totally
oh,
normally.
okay.
It's not a bad, like she's actually probably at the perfect weight right
Oh,
now.
that's good. That's
Because like
good.
every time I take her in, they're like, she's a little heavy. Just make sure you're playing with her and watch the treats. And I do. I mean, I give her one treat a day. She gets a treat after I brush her. It's not like I'm like one of these crazy treat cat people, you know, like I'm very, very reasonable. I don't feed her too much. And I haven't changed her diet at all. She just is getting so much playtime. Like whenever she wants it, it's there. She is like, she made this jump from our couch to our kitchen table. And it's a jump that a young cat could make fairly easily. But a cat her age, you know, she's 14. I can't, like, I was really surprised when she did it. Like, I was
That's
really
really
impressed.
impressive.
And I'm like, that's awesome. I mean, she's still, you know, very young at heart. I mean, she still plays, she's still very active. And, you know, hopefully that continues for a really long time. But that jump, I was like, whoa, did you just do that? Because, like, I've seen her in the past, like, she'll think about doing that jump and been like, nope, I'm not quite that cat anymore. I can still do some stuff. But not that leap. Now she makes the leap. And then I think she noticed that I was impressed by it. So now she just does it all the time. Now she just, like I was like just eating dinner, and she literally did the thing where she did the jump, because it's like, you know, I was sitting at our kitchen table eating, and she jumped from the couch, and she just stood there like she was like, huh? I can do this again. Look at me. I'm awesome.
That's amazing. She's 14 and she's in the best shape of her life. How incredible is that?
It's, yeah, I mean, it's so cool. I mean, that's the one. I mean, obviously, I'm not thrilled about what's going on in the world right now, but it's like you kind of look for little silver linings where you
Totally.
can, and one of the ones that in my personal life is like all the quality time I've been able to have with my cat. That has, you know, and my wife too. It has enriched her life because she just gets an overabundance of attention. She's a very pampered cat all the time. I mean, but like, don't get me wrong. She was getting a lot of attention beforehand, but you know, we both live in Southern California. We both had pretty active lives before all this. We were both in and out of the apartment a lot. So, you know, now that that's not the case, she is getting a lot of attention and playtime. And so it's been good. And, you know, I hate to, like, on a serious note, man, it's so awesome you guys got a puppy, because, you know, I walk by the Humane Society in my neighborhood all the time because it's like right down the street from me. And those organizations are hurting right now.
Yeah.
Like they're hurting right now because they don't, you know, they have all these animals, and like a lot of people aren't adopting right now. So if you're able to, and I know a lot of people aren't able to, and I understand that, but if you're in a situation where you are able to, where you're like, man, I'd love to get a dog, the only thing holding me back is all the time for training and all that. Well, now's the time, because these animals, they need homes right now. They need them.
Yeah.
And if your only issue is time, well, guess what? You got it now. You got plenty of time to really train a dog. Because I know it's a lot of work. It's a ton of work, but you know, you probably got the time right now. So I hope that people who are able are, you know, taking animals in. If they're able. If they're not able, different story. But
We'll say this, that if you go to the local like Facebook page or website of your Humane Society, they usually will feature an animal, like one per week, that you can sponsor and donate to. And if you don't have cash, you can basically you could buy, you know, food for it, buy toys. So there is a way that you can support. And yeah, it's really, really important. And I like to see the numbers in terms of pet adoptions. A lot of people are adopting pets, and a lot of them are rescues, which is fantastic.
yeah.
Because they need homes. And if you can, definitely support your local shelter, because there are ways to do it. Like, I know a lot of people who just aren't, like, even with quarantine, they won't adopt pets, but just sharing like a post of like a little buddy, like a good boy or girl from the Humane Society, you know, you can do a lot for that. I shared a post, and I think that just my friends alone raised like over $100 for a little doggo. This was like last year. They haven't done a feature since. But it's really important. So I'm glad you brought that up.
Get your news on with Ron. Don't you wanna know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you wanna know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and make it our own. Get your